All right, and then lastly for number 3, so it says, why is a two-sided hypothesis test appropriate to run in this situation? Well, it says it doesn't say anything about like knowing that support is going one way or the other for this candidate. We are unsure of the effect this mudslinging is going to have on the candidate's support. Okay, so it could indeed make it worse for them. But it also could make them, the campaign ad could backfire on the opponent and then cause support to rise. Okay, so just write something about how it's uncertain about how the effect that the campaign is going to have. Okay, all right. So for part B, it says, suppose the pollsters conducted a test of 0.45 versus the alternative not 0.45 and the alpha of 0.05. Use the confidence interval to determine whether this test would reject or fail to reject. And explain our reasoning. Well, we have an interval, 0.472 to 0.564. This is outside. So because the p equal to 0.45 is outside the interval, and I'll write that down one more time, 0.472 to 0.564, we reject the null in this case. Because we have convincing evidence that the true proportion of voters who support is not that 0.45 that they claim. Okay, so last up, find the p-value for the test as described in part A and explain what it measures in the context of the problem. Okay, so we have 0.45 for our PO. We have an X of 233. We have an N of 450. And we're looking at the not equal to P as our proportion. And we can throw all that in our calculator, and that will spit out a probability of 0.00385. Okay, and then it says explain what does this number mean? Well, the definition of p-value just means the probability that the candidate's support is 0.5178, okay, which they get from, this is their p hat, okay, which is going to be that 233 over 450, okay. So the p-value is the probability that this is the support if the true proportion of people who support is 45%, is that p-value, 0.385. Again, the definition, the probability of the candidate's support is that p hat if the proportion is really 0.45, gives us a probability of 0.000385. Okay, again, just the definition.